telling you a radical. So the combine starts Sunday. This is a basketball state. People forget, but this century it sure hasn't been. You know, people don't know how to win. So I'm so thrilled that Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. So I'm a big fan of Donovan Mitchell's game. Always have been. I always tell this story when I was coming back from Italy, and I'm exhausted, whatever, battling cancer. And the airport in New York, I go to get on the transfer to the flight from Italy to New York to Salt Lake. The dude's standing right. You could tell an athlete when you see a young athlete. It's all about the shoulders, right? I'm like, whoa. So I'm like, hey, what's a dude like you headed to Salt Lake? He says, I play for the Jazz. Did you play for the Jazz? Yeah, I got drafted this year. Oh, yeah? Who are you? He said, Donovan Mitchell. I'm like, oh, the New York player. Yeah. I lost track of him at Louisville. I was busy traveling the world fighting leukemia. But all those years when he played high school, I was in New York all those years doing all that work. And I pay attention to high school basketball, especially in Brooklyn. He played upstate at the academy, but that circle's pretty tight, and, it don't get better. I mean, you know how many of the guys in the NBA are from there? I mean, it's an incredible amount. And so we start talking. I said, you're really going to play for the Jazz? I says, well, I'm an old, long-time Jazz fan. Was in the day. I had season tickets from day one, $240 for the year. Loved the Jazz. My favorite Jazz player of all time, Ricky Green. Without Ricky Green, John Stockton wouldn't be what he is. No way. He was that good. And so we're talking, and I says, well, there's a lot of racism goes on there, and the fans in there have lost their way. They used to be the best fans. In the old Salt Palace, the Utah Jazz fans were so savvy, this is a basketball state. University of Utah, those fans are the best. Weber State, the old, wealthy, elegant, smart, dynamic Utah, that they love. They were the best fans, so sophisticated. They loved it. And, I sat right up there. We'd visit. It's so fun, so good. Dollar beers this big, really intelligent conversations about basketball. I says, those type of fans are gone. I says, did you see the game this year when Kevin Durant and those fans right up on the front row chirping at Kevin Durant? Just chirping at him when he's going, this is the arrogance of these ignorant fans. Yeah, I did see it. I says, he scored the last 18 points and sent him packing, swept them. He looked right at me and he said, don't feed the lion. And so, oh boy. So he comes here. He's a phenom. He's so good. It's unreal. And I don't like the Jazz. I swore at the Jazz. I'm an ex-Jazz fan. Long-time Jazz fan. Season ticket holder. Big time. But I hate the fucking Jazz. I'm a full-blown out Jazz hater and proud of it. And I love Gobert when they got him. I'm like, God, look at these two. They're the number one seed. How do you lose at the number? Does that ever happen? Number one seed go in first round? Yeah, it happened in 2008 also. But so the Jazz turned into the BYU Jazz. Now, was that a setup to rip it apart? Danny Ainge is a moron. I remember when he got sent back in here. I remember talking to a fan. He says, God, I thought Danny Ainge was. I said, Danny Ainge is from Utah. He's from Oregon. And he says, I didn't realize, at the tournament. God, everybody in the arena booing him. People, he says, oh, no, we're in awe. We say we hate, we're no Danny Ainge fans, no BYU fans. We are football now because we got it because of Jay Hill. But, we'll hold our nose and root for him. But back then, it was a different animal here. And the trading of Donovan Mitchell and Gobert is the stupidest fucking thing the Jazz ever did. It's dumber than, passing on Chris Paul for Darren Williams. Darren Williams and Boozer were good. Oh, they busted those up. How about when they passed on Tony Parker? But it's even bigger than that. They had him. They had this great nucleus. You know, that coach, I really didn't like that coach. I knew his past and his path. And, I mean, talk about creepy. That dude. And there's more to it, but, you know, they destroyed it. They're still playing. If you haven't noticed, oh, they're still fucking playing. How about Donovan Mitchell last night? How about, I mean, the Timberwolves did it without Gobert. He was here. You know, having a, I mean, with his child. First time. Got a new baby. What these cats are out looking for. Probably the guy that just came zooming through here freaking like an idiot. So, Dillon Jones into the combine starting tomorrow. Well, Sunday actually it starts. Remember last year, he scratched in because of Damian Lillard got him in. You know, we were talking. I've been doing a lot of work because I'm getting ready to write a book. I'm going to write a book on Weber State basketball and football. I mean, the football program, I'm going to keep it separate. I call it a snowball's chance in hill. The great turnaround, blah, blah, blah. And people are always picking my brain. And I've really been running this through my mind. The greatest Weber State football players, as far as NFL players, they're 1-2. They both have the same last name. Pollard. Bob Pollard and Darryl Pollard. Darryl Pollard's got 2 NFL rings with the Niners. Superstar. What a career he had. But it's still Bob Pollard. He's in the Saints Hall of Fame. They don't even speak his name around here. I was thinking about it, you know, all those teams all those years. And the best player on the field, actually on the field. Now, Darryl Pollard and Bob Pollard were great players here, but really, really late draft picks. I mean, almost all the way to the end, and they just excelled. I mean, the best player I ever saw that was on the field at the time, Trevon Smith, oh fuck. No doubt. I mean, his numbers are unarguable until Rashid Shaheed come around. Taron Johnson come around. You know how fucking bad those teams were? I was at that Stephen P. Austin fucking game. 50-40, the only game they won. And they got fucking, I mean, I take it back. They beat, there's some reason Idaho State can't beat them, which blows my mind. You know, that, Joey Sears the worst coach in fucking history. That team was so fucking bad there for a while after Trevon Smith's years. Trevon Smith's years were an incredible team. You know, McBride, but them years after, it got dirty, it got corrupt, it was fucking nasty corrupt. So, the best, you're talking maybe 10 of the best top 20 players in the history of Weber State football all played on the same fucking team. Taron Johnson, Rashid Shaheed, Mr. Opeta, fucking Jonah Williams, Adam Rodriguez, Winston Reed, Maxwell Anderson. You know, I go on. Clark, the quarterback there for a while. What Jay Hill did, it was phenomenal. But they, by the way, you know, the FCC polls are already out, which, you know who I say is going to win the whole thing this year? Idaho. Abraham Williams is the most talented athlete, but the best defensive player I ever saw while on the field here is, well, that whole fucking team. That 2018 defense, that 2019 fucking defense. Oh, boy. That's Adam Rodriguez, who played just like fucking Bob Pollard. Same type of guys. Run that fucking safety up slot, that 4-3-3-4, fucking boom off the edge. Fuck. That's what Bob Pollard did in the NFL. He destroyed people. Just like Adam Rodriguez, but he's USFL, but I'm talking here at Weber. You know, Trevon Smith had nearly 5,000 yards. Fuck, are you kidding me? Beat to death in a fucking jail cell. I got his name. That's my work that got his name in the circle. So back to Dillon. So Dillon was he scratched in. He was the best player in the combine last year. Celtics were going to draft him. They were going to take him in the late fucking round. I thought for sure he was gone. But he stayed. He said right at the last second he decided to come back. And he came back here. Old school, 4.0 student. I always tell this story because I'm standing right there and they're visiting with him. I've known him from day one. And now Lillard's great breakout games in 2011, I missed his best games. You know, I got to come out of the Army. I was in the bone marrow transplant center dying of cancer, going in and out of a coma. I'd listened to him on the radio, the great Carl Archer. He named him the Great Dame. And he went crazy in that fall of 2011. I mean, he went fucking nuts. You know, and his stock, but Dillon's always picking my brain, and I'm like, Dillon, no. Lillard stock never went up till right now, May 10th, May 11th. By the way, it's Golden Spike Day. Happy Golden Spike Day. It's 1:55. I think Saturday Golden Spike Day because Sam Altman's nuclear freaking from Stanford goes public here at the house. The nuclear energy crime syndicate built and was a big flop. Where's the Golden Spike? Oh, it's at Stanford. I mean, God, what a corrupt institution that's turned out to be. So, there's a great picture out there with Dillon working out, and he's got his trainer sitting on his back. He's a beast, man. So, Lillard was a different animal, and his stock just went whoa. But Dillon, the best player I ever saw playing on this fucking floor ever. Why he's here. Now, the best player in the NBA history, you know, Eddie Gill. You know, there's been a few pop around. Ruben Nemhart, Joe Ballin boy, you know, Bob from the 69 team up there at the Trailblazers. Well, it's got to be Willie Sojourner, right? Justice Thick. Yeah, I mean, the top three, Damian Lillard, and Damian Lillard. I mean, that's unarguable. What Damian Lillard's done in the NBA, fucking staggering. He's got the postseason blues, but his numbers, fuck, are you fucking kidding me? Unbelievable, right? So, the best player, why he was here, that's Jerry Harding. In history, I'm telling you, in this building. Now, over at the old Swenson, it's got to be Willie Sojourner. Got to be Willie. You know, a lot of great players come through here. But the best player in the history of this floor, bar none, Jerry Harding. Until, and well, Damian Lillard, Scotty Bamford, that backcourt together. But Jeremy Sieglin, Joe Ballin boy. I mean, what fucking players here. I always loved Kyle Tresnick on that team, but that's all changed now. It's Dillon Jones. Dillon Jones plays up to his competition, so we'll see how he does in the combine. But I'm so thrilled that Rudy, Gobert, and Donovan Mitchell, I love Donovan Mitchell's game. And, you know, they both stuck it right to the fucking Jazz. What the Jazz has happened to the Jazz is disgraceful. My grandkids hate basketball because of the Utah Jazz. All the kids do. They're like, fuck, we can't stand the NBA. They want no part of it. Because of the Utah Jazz, because of pricing and the way they've turned it into this yuppity-ass luxury good for fucking, you know, oh, we're the fucking Silicon Slope fucking techie freak show. Here, come play a fucking $1 million for a fucking season ticket. It's disgusting. Nobody wants to watch it. Nobody wants to see it. I told you they would drive like that through here, too. The parking lots is the speedway, man. So, here comes the wind again. They won't fucking give up, man. So, I still say he's going 5 or 6. You know, I used to argue with people I was full of cancer out of Central Atlanta. I got to go to the Arlington game. I still say it's Lillard's best because of the competition. Now, yeah, he put up 40 against Utah in these couple games here. But as far, they won the bracket buster. They would have been a 10 seed, I think. And if Anthony Johnson wouldn't have done that the year before. But this year, they lost up Montana. That second half, they were ahead at halftime. I watched that from my hospital room. But I got to come out for one game with my nurse, could walk about like this, weighed 120 pounds. The similarities because the same thing happened to me with Dillon. His junior year, I had open heart surgery last year. I listened to the great Klauke. We love Klauke. Fuck, Klauke's the best. So was Archie. Archie was awesome. Okay. You know, and so I know nobody knows more than me. I've been here forever. Watch this talent. Just play back the tape. Play back the tape on Rashid Shaheed with me. I'm calling him out first. Play back the tape this year with one guy, Winston Reed, with me. By the way, I still say Maxwell Anderson's going to make that Niners squad. You know, and I hope Noah Taggy right here, Bonneville High School, local, can make that Bears team. And so, but Dillon Jones. We'll see what he does in the combine. I remember a bunch of these guys were telling me, oh, he's going to skip. He ain't fucking skipping the combine. He ain't fucking going there. They want this guy. They got their eyes on. Joel told me, Bassett, the legendary trainer, he told me to my face recently, he said the Celtics spent 40 minutes. I said, Celtics ain't getting him on no fucking draft. They might win it. I mean, you think Cleveland's got a chance of beating them? I don't know, man, but Donovan Mitchell gets hot like that, look the fuck out. That's all I got to say. But I still see the Celtics team beat, of course, the Timberwolves. That's who I'm rooting for. Okay. Remember, it was Gobert on that game. I have the ticket to that game. A guy was at that game and mailed it to me. I want to get Gobert and Donovan to sign it. That's the COVID game. Yeah. What? March 11th, 2020? March 11th? Same day Lillard lost here to, that was March 10th, but that was in Japan. It was March 11th, Fukushima. The year before to the second, Lillard here to the second. I mean, that's the freakiest thing I ever saw in my life in basketball. And I was at the Steve Nash game here at the University of Utah when they upset him and they beat. It's ironic because Lillard's approaching the Steve Nash record for not making the finals. I mean, if someone had told you that day in that building, that little guard knocking down free throws, knocking the 15 seed, knocking the 2 Arizona seed. I was at that game. I saw the program and everything. It was going to be a 2-time NBA MVP. It's fuck, you're crazy. Oh boy. In fact, believe it or not, Nash reminds me of Lillard a lot. They remind me of each other a lot. Hall of Famers? Oh, fucking A, Hall of Famers. And so, Dillon's stock we'll see in the combine. But I believe, and I've told Dillon, because I named him Dillon Magic Jones. I call him Dillon Dantley Magic Jones because the way he plays it. He reminds me of Adrian Dantley at the rim. And the way the guy shoots free throws. Look at his free throw shooting. And he's a 4-0. We're sitting there at one of the games, and he's like, before the game, and I'm visiting, it was before the season. And it was the purple-white game, and we're visiting. And he says, got to check my grades, man. They're just coming in, and he's all, you want to see, Kev? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, you're one of those. You sure you don't think too much? He's a 4-0. He's a 4-0. I'm not shitting you. I mean, I never seen anybody so focused, especially this year. And what a great fucking year he had, Granted, that nightmare that happened up Montana State, they just fucking went. I mean, the Wallace curse, it's alive and well, right? Fuck, it blows my mind how these teams just get so fucking psychotic hot against Weber State. Well, this same coaching tree's been here for 20-something fucking years. You don't think these other coaches got it figured out? They got it figured out. I mean, this coaching tree here, yeah, it's good X's and O's and whatever development of players. I'm all for that, but they couldn't win here with Michael Jordan with this coaching tree. It's just, I hate to say that. They couldn't win Bill Russell. They couldn't win, and by the way, all you guys are talking GOATs. That'd be Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Michael Jordan, those three. Remember, Michael Jordan has the highest scoring average for a career in the history of the NBA. Do you know that? In an era where they scored 85 points a game? Yeah. Not only that, how many times did he win the fucking MVP in defense? He's the GOAT. Him, Bill Russell. Bill Russell at San Francisco, I mean, fuck, you know what he did in college? Oh, same thing that Kareem did. Fuck, nobody beat him. They went on these giant runs, but Bill Russell has 11 rings. By the way, we don't talk about Tommy Heinz and or John Havlicek. You know how many rings they have? Oh, fuck. Remember, John Havlicek won rings after Bill Russell retired. Remember, the team's done. They're wiped out. Him and JoJo White. Oh, he won fucking rings without Bill Russell. You think, Heinz and fuck. Them are GOATs, buddy. We'll see where it shakes out with LeBron. What a player, but he needs to step aside. And I've been telling Dillon, I think that you're going to go to the Lakers. I call him Dillon Dantley Magic Jones. He reminds me of a combination between Dantley and Magic Johnson. I mean, he plays all positions, just like Magic with that high dribble, go coast, get the rebound, go coast to coast and score. Fucking. But the way he fights at the rim, back up, and one, and he never misses free throws like Dantley. Fuck Dantley. Fuck, what a fucking player. Oh my God, what a player. And so there was another great move. The Jazz fuck got rid of him. Idiots. But we'll see at the combine, but I still say he's going top 10. I think 7, 6 in that era, a range. And I still think he's going to the Lakers. I'll tell you why. I think they're going to take him just to spite the Celtics. But the Celtics are going to have to trade up. But you know how the NBA is. They all know each other. They'll talk. And I think a deal will get worked out. You know, I hope he goes to one of these marquee franchises that knows how to win, like the Lakers, like the Celtics. I mean, there's certain franchises that know how to win. Maybe the Spurs, huh? Fuck, you know they'll be right back at it. If the Timberwolves the Thunder win it, you know how many teams will be left in the NBA that have never won an NBA title? You know how many are left? Only a couple. Oh, yeah, the Utah Jazz. They suck. Utah Jazz hater now. I am proud the fuck. I fucking hate the BYU Jazz. I can't stand that billionaire CIA fuck the bottom. Fuck. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. When they got rid of Gobert and fucking Mitchell, I could see making some kind of trade for one or the other. You know, but why would you bust that up? You're talking two of the best players in the NBA and you got them both. Incredible fucking. Look what they're doing. Love Mitchell's fucking game. Don't feed the lion. So we'll see how. I'm excited to watch Dillon Dantley Magic Jones in the combine. So it's Golden Spike Day, 155. Stay in tune.